There we go. That was weird. That was weird. Yeah. Welcome, folks, to Final Fantasy XI. How y'all doing in the, hope the polar vortex doesn't have you too down. Doesn't have me down too much. Though it is everywhere, and it is very cold. Hope you're keeping yourself warm. Anyway, today we have to pursue the Archduke. Easiest way to do that. We were told to go to XIV last time. So we will go specifically to Delkfrutt's tower. Delkfrutt's. Good lord. One of these days I'll pronounce it properly. Delkfrutt's. And there's a couple of ways we can get there to where we need to go. Fortunately, if you've, like me, you've been following the guide properly, we've already got the key you would need necessary to get to the upper tower pretty easily. The other thing you can do, and I'm not sure why this isn't on the wiki specifically when they have you do it, is grab the home point while you're up there. What exactly is going on here? There was no reason for Verena to be involved in this in the first place. Sorry about making you wait, Lion. Now let's get going. The problem is, we can't get near them without the prismatic fragment. Prismatic fragment. You mean you didn't bring it? Don't worry. You again? What business do you have coming here? The same as you. Isn't that good enough and a good enough answer? I need no companions on my journey. What do you think you can accomplish here without a prismatic fragment? We knew you would have it, so we're coming along for the ride. Do as you wish. Whatever. Aldo, let's go. I'm sorry. My name is Aldo, head of the Tenshodo. Zaid. Just make sure you don't get in my way. He never changes. Just hold on a little bit longer, Verena. I'm coming. Anyway, now that cutscene has been done, like I said, there's two ways you can really get to where we need to go. The best way is if you've already grabbed the home point in Upper Delkfrutt's tower. Which, oddly enough, I didn't know existed until I started to grind up there. And that's what they recommended for when you're in the zone grinding. It's like, hey, use this home point. And I'm like, there's a home point up there? why wasn't that recommended to grab when I was up there the first time? Not that it's particularly hard. It is literally just one floor up. Oh, 2 floors up. It is literally just 2 floors up from where, let's see. Not that one. Yeah, that's where we are now. Where is it? Because technically we're on the 12th floor. Yeah, there we are. That's the main floor where you fight the NM, get the key, and you descend. Quite literally, you just come over here. Because we teleport into here. If you just follow down here, there's this cremant door. And then you come down here. It's completely off the map. That was not what I wanted to do. Upper tower. And then it's literally just a set of stairs up that brings you up to here. And then you just cross over to here to these stairs and then up. To over here. And then you just have to cross over to here, and here's the home point. Because this literally puts us where we need to go for this mission. It's literally that simple. Why didn't they recommend that the first time? When you came here the first time? On the... It just does not make sense. Because this is where we need to go. And this home point exists specifically because this is another burning circle. Ah, were you three still alive? Now you can watch as life is breathed into the chrysalis core once again. The chrysalis core. What you see below you is the heart of Delkfrutt's tower. Regenerating it will open a path to Tulia. Isn't Tulia the floating island known as the Gate of the Gods? I thought it was destroyed when the ancient capital of Xylart was submerged. Just as we Xylart have slept for thousands of years, Tulia also remains in slumber. Miles above the surface of Vanadiel, it bides its time until the day of awakening. And when it awakes, eternal paradise will be within our grasp. Slept? You mean to tell me that you've been sleeping here in Delkfrutt's tower for 10,000 years? You're fairly intuitive for a mere hume. 30 years ago, when Raugrim came in contact with the crystal in the cursed Northlands, some of its energy flowed into this tower. It was that burst of energy that awoke us, giving us the opportunity to continue our quest for paradise. Long ago, your people paid the price for what you did. What's to be gained for chasing after lost dreams? Every soul in Venediel wants to believe there's a gateway to eternal paradise somewhere on this planet. A pure, untainted world, perfect in every facet. A crystalline paradise fit for the gods. That is the vision, and you vermin are not part of it. I've had enough. You've spent the last 30 years deceiving us all, and you know. You could care less about the people of this world. You're just using the power of the gods as an attempt to take over Venediel. I can no longer fool you. Behold, I am the will of the crystal. And now I shall wield its power and make this planet mine. Rise forth, crystal warriors. Who the hell are these characters? I'll let them take care of you. We have an uninvited guest. There's no map for this area. It is time to enter the BCNM for this particular fight. Current record, and at 8 seconds. We're gonna be nowhere near that. So, you've come here to die, have you? Well, I'll give you the honor of being taken down by my blade. This is your end. Prepare. Perish, fools, in the name of the crystal. Ooh. He's acquired armor and a sword very quickly. Let's summon the set that'll be ideal for this scenario, because he acts as a red mage. And red mages tend to absorb elements, at least as far as he's concerned. It's best to avoid elemental nukes, because trusts can be temperamental. Let's say that. So, we'll throw on the ambuscade set of trusts here we have. This is the set I use when doing ambuscade. They're very good. King of Hearts combined with Joachim, you sped up really quickly. And that just keeps you alive very quickly. Overall, very simple when you're max level.
Why? I am the will of the crystal. How could I be defeated by mere mortals? Warriors, why do you just sit there and watch?
My poor brother. Haven't you realized? The crystal doesn't need you anymore.
Heldenach! What do you mean? Why? Why are you?
You're foolish to believe the crystal could ever choose you.
The crystal doesn't need me? It can't be possible. You can't leave me here like this. Yes. You still need me to revive Tulia.
Regenerating the crystal core, the chrysalis core? You needn't worry, my brother. I found another way to do that. Now, let the show begin. Ah! No, Verena.
Verena? Verena, are you alright?
Of course she's all right, imbecile. Why would I harm my key to the chrysalis core? A lucky find this girl was. Who'd have thought a simple Hume would have such extraordinary, resonating ability?
No! You were planning on to use her all along.
Farewell, little brother. Return to the crystal from which you were born.
Why? What did I do to deserve this?
Little brother. But then, you're the elder prince of the Xylart? You shouldn't be deceived by appearances. My growth was stopped the moment I came in contact with the crystal 10,000 years ago. And 10,000 years have I waited to put my plan into motion. Plan? You mean to open the gate of the gods? What else? To open the gate to the regeneration of the chrysalis core was necessary. However, the unexpected arrival of that Raugrim character interfered with the crystal's power. His existence gave too much noise. Luckily for me, you people succeeded in defeating the Shadow Lord, causing that noise to disappear. My plan took a turn when I realized Raugrim was a Tailkeeper. I could utilize the memories long lost of the memories of the ancients he carried to regenerate the chrysalis core.
Memories of the ancients? What's that have to do with Raugrim?
would think that you would know of such matters. I assume that not even Raugrim himself knew. What he carried was not in his mind, but in his blood. If I were to obtain a part of him, I could use it rather than having to rely on my useless brother.
But even if you have it, you wouldn't be able to use it on your own.
Yes, you're right. That's where your sister Verena comes in. The soul of your younger sister resonates with the souls of the beastmen. Only she can communicate with them. I plan to use her ability to unlock the memories of the ancients and project them into Delkfrutt's tower, thus regenerating the chrysalis core and opening the path to Tulia. Once Tulia has awakened, I can continue my preparations there. Just as I did 10,000 years ago. Now, Verena, let us continue.
Stop. What are you gonna do to her?
Well, that explains why she got along with beastmen so well. My oh my.
It cannot be.
Behold the gate of the gods. Tulia. Gate of the gods.
Verena!
I have no use for her. If you want her that much, you can have her back.
No! Verena, open your eyes. Verena!
Don't you, too, want to pass through the gate of the gods? Don't you, too, want to know what awaits in eternal paradise? Come to Tulia and see with your own eyes. Only after you enter paradise will your mortals know true happiness. The questions to which you have no answers, you'll find those in Tulia. And once you've come to realize your existence is meaningless, I'll change the world into a crystal set to shine for eternity. You wouldn't dare! I wouldn't? Why don't you come to Tulia and find out? However, only those that have been blessed by the light and whose power have been accepted by the crystal can pass through the gates. Travel to Moab and prove yourselves. I'll be waiting for you on the other side.
Wait. Why you?
Stop!
Someone has to stop him, or it'll be the end of Vanadiel as we know it.
I'm going back to Norg. I'll see if my father can give us any help. So Eldenark was behind it all along. I was not expecting that particular twist. Looks like someone's doing a little bit of, I'd say anywhere from like 45 to 65 grinding here, because I think the enemies are like level 65. Back to Rulude. Not Rulude. Lower Juno. We need to see how Aldo's holding up. I mean, no one likes being manipulated that badly. And all of Juno has been. For at least the last 30 years. But Aldo in particular has had his sister manipulated for at least this last little bit. I was not expecting Eldenark to be the actual one behind it. I thought Camelot as the villain was already very good. But Eldenark being the chosen, it seems, of the crystal 10,000 years ago. Well, that's definitely an interesting thing. Yes, I know about the Omega. Oh. It's you. I see you made it out there alive. Me? I'm fine, but Verena's been unconscious since we returned. Come with me. From what I can see, her mind's been poisoned. I never knew Eldenark had that kind of power. Now that you mention it, I hardly know anything about him. I guess I never really thought that I needed to know. If I got what I wanted, I was happy. Aldo. Verena. Do you know who I am, Verena? Aldo? Yes, I'm alright. So, do you remember what happened in the Stellar Fulcrum?
Not really. It was all like watching a play.
I see.
I was controlled by the Shadow Lord's sheer will.
You don't have to say more. It's all over. And I think the Havenger Pack's here safe with me.
Although...
I appreciate you traveling here, Rachnios. However, I don't know if I can carry on this game with Eldenark anymore. Completely optional scene there. But adds quite a bit of development on the half of Aldo. And just a little bit of a deeper explanation as to what was going on with Verena and the Shadow Lord's head. We knew he wasn't going to last long against those crystal warriors, whatever they are. I didn't think they'd be that brutal. But they are. Well, Aldo doesn't have any information we need going forward. The only other one who might have any idea as to what's going on would be Gilgamesh. And that's where Lion's headed. Zayd didn't have any other idea going forward. It leaves us only with Lion's lead, who is Gilgamesh. That man seems to know, always knows something. He's always got something going on. Though who knows what it could be half the time. Hold on, let's check. Current quests, Abyssa. Let's make sure we're not going to get interrupted with any Promethea missions. Because, well, we're not getting interrupted with the Promethea mission, I know that much, because we're on Promethea 3-3. And we're on Rhapsody's 118. We'll probably get interrupted with, Rhapsody's 118 at this point. Let's see, because that would be in Rhapsody's Ring My Bell. Yep. Chances are we're going to get interrupted by Rhapsody's 118. There's a good chance of that. Which is fine. Isn't a huge deal that we get interrupted. 118.
Gilgamesh, I'm afraid the rumors are true. Another rift has split the ground in Mizero Coast in twain.
That's the same deal as in XIV. This place has got a lot you ever found to issue. Damned ambassador of the void. He better not show his face around here in Norg, or it's right to Davy Jones' locker with him.
If it's Arachnios, our friend from the Far East has stopped to pay his regards. Ah, I recognize that visage. I shall be brief. Word has reached me that the priestess from Raisenjima Sanctorum has cause to step foot in the Middle Lands, and I came to pay her my respects. Yet, arrive here only to find she's gone missing. Arachnios, I suppose you haven't bumped into Iroha? Arachnios, I suppose you haven't bumped into Iroha? Not since she disappeared. Iroha. What a magnificent name. And I trust the character to match.
Yes, happen to have anything... to know anything about her? He was sure... Because she sure threw the lot of us for quite the loop.
I've extensively questioned those at Raisenjima Sanctorum, but to a man they shook their heads at each inquiry. Of course, if your story is true, then she's yet to be born, then such a conclusion is foregone. Lord Arachnios, permit me to examine the orbs bequeathed unto you.
Sure.
Intriguing. It bears the mark of Raisenjima Sanctorum. What in blazes?
Calm yourself, Aldo. She's our guest.
The orb connects the bearer to the mother crystal. Mayhap it will display its true form only to those who open up their hearts to it. Delkfrutt's tower. You look confused. My companion is intimately connected with the outlying isle that Raisenjima Sanctorum calls home. Her assertion that the orb is authentic is proof enough. As such, I'm inclined to believe that this Iroha's story being from the future.
I gotta admit, when I saw the little lady flopping about in that rickety vessel, I wondered if the brine had clogged up that skull of hers.
But then we learned she wasn't the only one from the future.
Then there were others?
None from the Far East bear any ill will towards the priestess of Raisenjima Sanctorum. And only the purest chosen by the Emperor are allowed to alight on the isle housing Raisenjima Sanctorum. For it was created by the gods themselves. And any who would lift a blade in anger against such souls are unworthy of being called human.
Then it should surprise you not to learn that our foe isn't human at all. Darkness is at his beck and call, and he can create entire worlds devoid of any color.
I see. Then I must meet with this Lady Iroha and find the sinister force that came after her.
Where should I begin my search?
I saw Prish just now. So the orb showed you a vision. And it implored you to return to Delkfrutt's tower. Then we've got all the clues we need. It's hard to go back and forth between the semi-pirate and the Tenzin voice. It's really hard. I shall report back when I'm able. With anything I'm able to find. Arachnios, I think it's best if you cast your lot with Tenzin. Maybe he'll be able to find out how to save the future when he gets to meet with Iroha. That's what my gut's telling me anyway. And a pirate's intuition is never wrong.
Well, that was 1-8. Rhapsody's 1-8, which ended that particular chapter. And fortunately we got to Delkfrutt when we did, because that's where the next Rhapsody's mission begins. Zoning into lower Delkfrutt again. It always revolves around Delkfrutt. But anyway. We have other things to speak with Gilgamesh about that don't involve Tenzin, fortunately. I heard about from Lion what happened at Delkfrutt's tower. Our ancient friend called that island floating over Githam Dulia, the gate at the gods. Eldenark said that those who've been blessed by the light and those power have been accepted by the crystal can pass through the gate. What does that boy think he's playing at? Playing some kind of game with Vanadiel as his prize? Kamui, have you heard of the name Moav? Eldenark mentioned it before he left Delkfrutt's tower. Moav. Romov. On the northern tip of Mindartia was a wild, untamed region called the Sanctuary of Zeta. In this area remains a set of ancient ruins. I remember those being referred to as Moav. However, those ruins are also known as the Temple of Desolation, long been feared by many. There's a frightening place that Zeta be. You never know what's gonna creep up behind your back. Arachnios, take care when traveling there, unless you want to be swimming in David Jones' lacquer. Okay, I'll be careful. Hold on there, missy. You're not going with Arachnios this time. I need you to travel with Luno. Keep an eye on the beastman. But... Don't talk back to me. You know what you have to do, now go do it. I'll stay here and watch after me hideout. Now there's actually a couple of ways to get to Romave. At least I think that's how it's pronounced. It's hard to tell with all these weird spellings of locations. The fastest way, at least according to here, is apparently a unity warp will put us right where we need to go. On the bright side, we can always use a mount to sneak our way through Romeve. Wanted encounter area 125. There it is. This will put us right at the entrance. Let's hope I got a map for there. Hate navigating without a map. Yep. Weapons. Steely weapon. That's an NM. Interesting. Anyway, we need to head to H5, which looks like it's a straight shot, more or less. Or would be a straight shot. Fortunately, the mount is going to make this really easy, hopefully. Maybe. At least I'm hoping so. This definitely bears resemblance to a Xylartian design. There we go. Assuming the map holds up, we should be there momentarily. Though I wouldn't put it past the game to throw in some fallen apart sections right before and have us to take a long-winded way around. It doesn't seem like it has. That was extremely straightforward. Like, surprisingly easy. Cursed. Lots of cursed puppets. Incredibly easy prey. Is this the Hall of the Gods? It's in severe disarray is what it is. Like, pillars generally don't just fall apart like that. And that one's worn super thin. We've seen this in a couple of cutscenes. This is where the Dawn Maidens tended to be at. The Kermit Great. Kermit. Well, with no way forward, we really are out of options. That grate just does not want to move. Well, with nowhere else to go, I suppose we gotta go back and tell Gilgamesh what we found. Maybe he'll have an idea. I suppose these cursed puppets are probably level 99, as they added a lot of level 99 monsters to a lot of areas. I suppose that makes sense, too, well, with this being a Xylartian construction. And see, back to Norg. To Norg we go. We're almost to the fun point. I know it's coming up. The fight. Or should we say series of fights? Alright, Gilgamesh. Please tell me you've got an idea.
Ah, so you couldn't journey deeper into the temple because the grate was blocking your way. What? You saw a stairway on the other side of the blooming gate. Leave it to the zealot to build something crazy like that. But this ain't no time for complaining. We've got to figure out a way to get you to that stairway. There's got to be some way to open that wall. Some kind of key. Ah, got it. They say the Zealot used to power their strange machines with crystals, right? Then maybe... I think we may know a way to get you through that gate. Listen up. I want you to find a Mithra named Mary or Maru or something like that. She was in Norg a while back, but now she could be anywhere in the mainlands. Why this trouble over a cat? Well, when that lady was here, she was trying to sell us a strange crystal. Oh god, I've gone Scottish with them. Sell us a strange crystal she said she found back in the sanctuary of Zita. I don't suppose she was trying to pull a fast one. But no one was interested in her booty, so she packed up and left for somewhere else. But come to think of it, that crystal she found in Zita may just be what we're looking for. God, I made him a Scottish pirate. That was not my intention. That was not my intention, was to make him that, to go that way. Too much Tenzin. And my inability to keep certain accents from just clipping through others. Never been great at pirate accents. Let's see, we need to go to... I believe it's Western Altepa. Because I don't think I have... Do I even have Western Altepa in here? No. There's Eastern Altepa. That's probably close enough. Let's see, Western Altepa is just to our north and west. I believe that's how we get where we need to go. Yeah, Western Altepa. Actually, it'd be faster if we go through the northern exit. Yeah, it'll be faster if we go to the north. Actually, if we'd gone through... I think Koloka Tunnel probably would have been the faster way. Regardless, the desert's a nice, quiet, relatively peaceful place. Once again, full of these ruins. They're not Xylartian in construction. But I also don't want to say that they're necessarily the Antlions in construction either. It's possible, I would suppose. And that would be the only sign of... the only people around in the desert, so... But given their state, whatever civilization they were a part of,
It fell apart long, long ago. Oh, are you telling me I can't get to El Tepo this way? Western El Tepo this way? Really? Is it? The maps connect there. Over here. It specifically says they do. Is there something I'm missing? Yeah, that's for summoning an M and an M. Well, bugger. Came all this way for nothing. Oh, so be it. Clearly there was something I'm missing with how these two zones connect. Unless it's all the way over. No, because that's a dead end. Yeah, that's just a dead end. I'm not even sure where they have the maps show a connection point there if you can't actually go between them. That's just extremely rude. Just extremely rude. Fine. We'll go the other way. The long way round. I mean, I suppose it makes sense. It is a very large desert. It's an extremely large desert. It makes sense. You get some very large dunes in deserts. Shoot, even in places that aren't deserts, and you have a lot of sand, you get some pretty sheer cliffs. I know, I live near one of the larger ones in the state where I'm at. It's actually pretty interesting. It's actually very desert-like for where I'm at. Shoot, we even specially engineered dune grass back in like the 60s to try and hold the sand together, and it hasn't worked. The sand just keeps flowing around it. Ever changing, ever moving, ever creating sheer cliffs and sinkholes that are absolutely terrifying. Especially in the middle of winter. The sand never stops moving. Always creeping. Almost breathing. I'm possibly going the right direction. I am unsure. No, this would be correct. Yeah, this is correct. Yeah, I never did grab. There it is. I think that's Survival Guide up there. Yeah, because we gotta go all the way up here to Rabau. That'll be the location we have to go. Where hopefully this Mithra is. Well, she should be there. That is a big old rock. It's a big old butt. Butte. Excuse me. The proper term for those is a butte. Condor in the sky. Condor or vulture, one of the two. Huh. Colored pillars in the desert. Color me intrigued. Those types of things in these types of games normally suggests an elementally charged something or another. Hopefully at some point they have us explore that. Be very interesting if they did. Or maybe that's something they made for you to personally explore. It's hard to say. This was back in the very early 2000s. They may have just built it for you to find a way in and explore yourself. They have been known to do that. There we go. We're almost there. Well, there's definitely places, a spot I'd like for us to end at today that's very specific. You know, just before the fight. I've got a feeling that's not going to be the case. There we go. There's the guide. Now we can always come back to Western Altepa when we need to. It's basically straight north. Through these very guitar-shaped cactuses. Very, very guitar-shaped. Much more so than your typical cactus. Not this far. Not that north. That looks like that leads to another fall-off. Should be just around this corner. As it gets darker and darker. Ah! Caught on a cactus. Through a cave, we find oh, right, we have been to Western Altepa before. Why didn't I pick up that, that's down there. Oh. And here we are. In Rabau. There we go. Now we've got a home point. It's a nice little spring. It's a nice little settlement they have here, to be honest. I've seen this before in some video somewhere. About 11, I can't remember what. If I had to guess, it would have been one of the ambuscade video months, if not a year ago or more. Actually quite surprised that there's this many people here. Clearly there's something they've designed to be around here. Hello, Mario. Oh, there! Aren't you an adventurer known as Rachnios? The winds carry word of your interest in the ruins of Le Terror Telor. I know how to get in. Into the very center of the ruins, I mean. I wouldn't be just telling you. But you know what they say? Nothing of value should come for free. I've got a little favor to ask. Underneath Altapa Desert lies the expansive quicksand caves. I've got a hunch that there's some undiscovered treasure there, still waiting to be claimed. Just head in a short way into the caves and pick up anything that strikes you as valuable. If I like what you bring me, I'll tell you everything I know about the ruins. Not a bad deal, alright? You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Sounds fair. Okay, it's a deal. The quicksand caves are expensive and have many entrances, but I'm sure you'll figure them out. Yeah. And we can't even just zone into the Oracle Caves. So I'm pretty sure that's a drop down from where we need to go, so it's not like we could climb our way back up. So we're gonna have to go all the way back. Actually, if I could take the survival guide to Eastern, that would save us a good chunk of time. Teleportation assistance. Kutsaz in the Eastern Altapa. Yeah, this is gonna be the faster way. If we'd unlocked proto waypoints, we could have saved ourselves even more trouble. But for whatever reason, I keep forgetting to unlock those every time I'm in Juno, so no proto waypoints for us. At least not yet. In fact, I might do that after this stream. Unlock the proto waypoints. Although there's an entire side quest around those and the geomagnetic founts. So probably gonna have to hold off on those. Let's be honest. All right. Background Scorchville is where we have to go. Because we have the lodestone we need. Thank God. I went and did that. We went and did that before Xylart 6. Although, if you're multi-boxing or know some friends, specifically who play Golka, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Now, regardless, we head down to Scorchville. And I'm hoping that's the actual, the antlion name, and not the name that intrepid Hume came up with for the area, because otherwise that's embarrassing. Yeah, the Anticans. Hopefully this is the local Antican name. Or maybe it is the Antican name, but translated into the common tongue. Because God knows how these Anticans, what their language actually sounds like. Could be very, very complicated. Could actually be very impossible for normal people to speak. It's hard to tell when the beings' physiologies are so radically different. So radically different. Okay. If I'm reading the map correctly, as in the proper map, we should be pretty close. Yeah, it's been long enough since... It's been a few weeks. Not even a few weeks. It's been like a week since I've been in the Quicksand Caverns, to where I've already forgotten how we get to it, and... It's not like the... Okay, we're not quite there. I know I didn't have a problem the first time I made it in, so it should be pretty obvious. Should be pretty obvious when we get there. Oh, right, we gotta go down the ramp. Right. Because that's it right there. And the ramp begins over here. Right? No? No. Alright, it's over here. Yes? No? No. I might be confusing my directions. Unless this is it. We're looking for a very specific entrance to Quicksand Caves. Okay, this looks familiar. This is the one. Yep, that's the one. This L-shaped cave here with the ramp. Yeah, this is the one. This is the one! I knew we'd get there eventually. Yep, up the fallen stairs and in we go. Just need to remember to put on our silence. Where is it? Silent powder, silent oil. That should stop things from attacking us on sight. Or should we say on sound? Does make me wonder, because these are not the only beastmen who navigate by sound only. In fact, I think all the beastmen, really all you have to do is put on silent oil. Yeah, because the XIV have a similar weakness to sound like that. The Iguro, I think, also have similar issues. Gritrab, I think that's an NM. He very much makes the ground shake. Oh, he is just extremely large. And there's an Etican Tricarius over there. That's an NM. And he ate for another pressure door. Enter and fall down a hole. Ah. Another one of these holes into the Xylartian construction? There's a set of question marks. Yes. At the very least, we're going to need him active. Throw in a couple of basic thrusts. Doesn't even need to be a full set, I don't think. Something is buried near the pillar. There we go. Just needed some basic thrusts, just to make sure we didn't die. Though it is dealing no damage to us. I doubt it could actually hurt us at all. Scrap of papyrus. Well, we've got to get out of here. And that says that'll bring us back to Western Altepa. What's that? Western Altepa 5? Western Altepa 11, which is... what's the fastest way? Yeah, that wouldn't even bring us close. Be faster to warp. Juno's just a good place to have a home point, let's be honest. Kutsu, Rabao, 1.2. Yeah, we should be able to get to the spot I want us to cut off at. Which is just before we actually have to do the fights. So that's just a good spot to leave off at. Wow, this is incredible! Now listen carefully, and I'll tell you exactly what I know about the ruins, just like I promised. What I'm about to tell you happened long before I came to Kutzadz. I went alone to explore Le Telor, a place that's been known as a holy land since ancient times. I was traveling through a dense fog, and though it embarrasses me to recall, I completely lost my way. After wandering for a time, I somehow found myself at the ruins. What I saw there, you already know. Those huge statues facing one another in a great hall. Beyond, the immovable wall that bars the way into the heart of the ruins. I searched every inch of the place, and then I found it. A mysterious crystal, glowing with a clear blue light. I don't know why it was there, but it was shining from below the surface of the lake in the great hall, glowing as if in response to the moonlight that poured in from above. This is that cerulean crystal. I brought it back with me thinking I could sell it, but I haven't been able to find a buyer. Might as well give it to you. Place it into the hollow at the center of the wall and see what happens for yourself. You don't want me to spoil it for you now, would you? Well, thank you, Medio. I appreciate your honesty. Juno, Relude, by the Mog House. And back we go to the gate of the Hall of Gods. Should only be a few more cutscenes between us and the end point for today. Though there is no telling how much more story is going to be in those cutscenes, but Le Telor. That's what I wanted. Sneak past these things. From what I can tell, there's like 4 cutscenes between now and then. We've been waiting for you, Arachnios. We've got a score to settle with Eldenark. It's time to put an end to that midget's plans. I'm not certain what he meant about being blessed by the light, but I do know we need that cerulean crystal you hold to find out. Aye, that we do. So that's how it works. Well, there's no turning back now. Let's go, Zaid. You too, Arachnios. Camera freaking out every time there's a wall directly behind us. Suppose that's what I get for zooming out so much. A shimmering circle. It seems we cannot continue on any further. What's going on? Does it mean our power was not accepted by the crystal? Long have I awaited thine arrival. Welcome, mortals, to the Temple of Altana. Eons ago, the temple was destroyed. However, its appearance doth not hinder its function. Thou hast come here to try and stop Eldenark, to keep him from opening the Gate of the Gods. I am Yvnol, servant of the gods, of the Dawn Goddess. I watch over the path leading to the gate. All the Xylart, including Eldenark, are still bound by our cursed past. As thou already know, his plan began 10,000 years ago, when he came into contact with the 5 crystals that rest beneath the surface of Vanadiel. The true crystals. The crystals that exist above the earth are now nothing but mere replicas, lacking true power. We Xylart have harnessed the 5 true crystals' power, divided it elementally, and succeeded in containing it in a smaller form. However, during the meltdown, the energy of these smaller crystals was simultaneously released and spread to the far reaches of Vanadiel. Over centuries,
that energy accumulated inside the bodies of the living beings on the planet, causing them to crystallize. Thus, they took the form of the crystals that have been found throughout Vanadiel. Mortals are an incomplete species. When Eldenark's quest for paradise was thwarted, life on this planet lost its perfection. Particularly, thine inability to communicate with the others of thy race casts a shadow over thy development. This inability became increasingly evident after the meltdown divided thee into the 5 races. The arrogance of the Elevan, the envy of the Mithra, the cowardice of the Tauru, the apathy of the Humes, the rage of the Golka. These are the traits that thou must carry with thee as thou makest thy journeys through life. However, unlike the tales thy legends tell, these traits are not some ancient curse. They're merely an after effect of the energy released during the meltdown. One can understand why Eldenark would aspire for such perfection. However, one can see why others would acknowledge the benefits of imperfection. On the other side of this gate lies the gates of the gods, Tulia. I beg thee, release Eldenark and what remains of the Xylart consciousness from the crystal's binds. I pray for thy safe journey. May the goddess of dawn protect thee in her mercy. But as one bright star shines through the dark clouds at night, as one song rings clear above the roar of beasts, we hold on to one hope in these darkest of times. And away we go! And someday, that hope will become our dreams, our prayers. Ah, yes, the doors that merely fade away. The greatest bane will devour the fair land of Vanadiel, and the ancient seal will be broken, awakening nightmares of ages past. The blood of innocence will soak the earth, and the world will fall into fear and despair. Welcome to Ruan Gardens. Via? Despair? There won't be any blood soaking the earth if I have anything to say about it. I don't know who these crystal warriors are, but I'm not gonna let them have their way with my Vanity L. I'll show them what this incomplete hume is made of. If the song the legend sings of our demise, then so be it. When the song is over, we shall write a new verse of hope with our blood, sweat, and toil. Come on, Zaid. We have no time to lose. Be careful, Arachnios. I have a feeling we'll be seeing each other soon. Here we are. Sandoria has it currently. Sprinklers and flamingos. All very familiar things if you've done the Final Fantasy XIV raid. This is exactly the enemies. H8. Yeah, these enemies are very familiar from the raid. Which again goes to show a power scaling difference between the games. Can be honest, it took 24 people of Final Fantasy XIV's universe to take on these visions and representations of things that exist that a maximum of 6 would take on in 11. Which suggests either they are scaled up significantly as visions and projections in 14. Or the heroes of 11 are just that much stronger. It's an interesting thought concept, to be honest. It's an interesting thought, at the very least. If nothing else. An interesting thought exercise. Personally, I like to think that they're just scaled up. That's what I prefer to think. This place is part of a now-forgotten kingdom. It was known as the Shrine Ruavita. is the heart of Turlia, the celestial nexus. The key that opens the gate of the gods lies within. The path to the celestial nexus, with the shrine at its center, is guarded by the power of 5 beings born of the crystal. Yes, the power of the crystal. Those 5 guardians hold the might of deities. However, the potential to shatter those beings has grown within the children of Altana these past 10,000 years. I see that potential now in the person who doth stand before me. Even so, the power of Eldenark is incalculable. It far exceeds the might of even the Crystal Warriors. I don't know if the strength I can lend thee will aid, for certain will aid in thy struggle against Eldenark. It also entails great risk. Thou must be in the possession of the 5 shards obtained from the Crystal Warriors, charged by the energies released in the clash of titanic forces. Shards broken from the warriors at the same time, in the same place. Travel to Moav. When thou canst see the full moon in the night sky, the power of the ruins will awaken, filling the spring with water that will reflect the lunar sphere. Immerse a bottle of illuminink, a sheet of parchment, in the waters of the spring. The sheet of parchment will be transformed into the Arc Pentasphere. The Arc Pentasphere is used to alter the magical properties that govern the Leloth Amphitheater. It holds the power to bring the 5 guardians to a single point, and is capable of annulling the restrictions on Leloth Amphitheater. The Arc Pentasphere will make it possible for those many companions who have joined thee on thine adventures to assist in this endeavor. Please do not forget, it is not necessarily the path thou shouldst travel. Even without the strength I could lend thee, it's not impossible thou wilt prevail. And with that, well, and with that, that's where we're gonna leave it. Despite what he said, we don't have to fight all 5 at one time. So we will not be taking on all 5 at once. Mostly because I'm not entirely convinced that it is easily doable. Even at 119. Okay, it says relatively challenging at 75. Level 99 players should have little difficulty completing this. That's possible. It's entirely possible that these are not terribly hard. Still pretty sure I want to take them on individually just to make sure we get it done in a decent time frame. So yeah, that's where we're gonna call it for today. We've made excellent progress. We're right up to the boss fights.
Yeah, you can see the 5 home points scattered around the map. Okay, these normal groundskeepers that are out and about are do not aggro. Supposedly the ones in the walls will aggro. But it could be that we're 99 and just they're not concerned with us. That is a possibility. These teleporters should lead us to where we need to go. Unless I'm misreading this, right? This should teleport us over, but it is not doing so. Well, that's for us to figure out next time. This is where we're gonna leave it. And I hope you have a good day. Stay warm. If the polar vortex is hitting you hard, stay inside. Stay warm. Stay alive. It should be over in just a couple more days. We'll see everybody tomorrow at midnight 30 for more Deus Ex Mankind Divided. That's gonna be fun. We'll see you next time.